Okay, right, we need to look at repairing obligations, which is Section 11 of the Landlord and Tenant Act for you guys as landlords. First things first, I understand when tenants aren't paying the rents that landlords don't want to repair the properties. I understand. I completely empathise with you. I feel for you, and I think that you shouldn't have to do it either. But unfortunately, it's probably the one time that you absolutely must fix it as quickly as possible, because if you end up in court on a rent arrears case with Section 8 and the tenant turns up with lack of repairs, off you pop, you're getting kicked straight out of court. Not necessarily the case kicked out, but it will be adjourned while you evidence that you've done the repairs that the tenant has most likely lied about. For those in our area, it's taken about 6 to 8 weeks to get to court at the moment. So if you have an adjournment, and the judges, they always say, we're adjourning for 7 days. What that means is another 6 to 8 weeks until there's another space. It doesn't mean he's booking you in his diary for 7 days. He's not. Okay, so let's look at the obligations and what Section 11 of the Landlord and Tenant Act actually states. The landlord must keep in repair the structure and exterior of the dwelling house, and keep in repair and proper working order the installations in the dwelling house for the supply of water, gas, electric, sanitation, space heating and heating water. So basically, repairing obligations in my mind are quite straightforward. If you've provided something to the tenant as part of that tenancy, it is your obligation to maintain and ensure that that is kept in good working order throughout the duration. And for those looking at me and are about to say, does that include appliances? In my mind, yes, because it's provided to the tenant. Unless you say it's a goodwill gesture, or unless you document in the tenancy agreement that it's not actually part of the tenancy. But you have to do that right from the very start, because remember, there's 170 pieces of legislation that we need to comply with, one of which is the Consumer Protection Regulations. And if you advertise a property, wherever you advertise it, Gumtree, Facebook, Rightmove, wherever, and in that property there are beautiful sofas, there's kitchen appliances, and on all the pictures it's fully furnished, and then the tenant decides to come from Scotland and have a look at this property and actually it doesn't look like that at all, you're really in breach of the Consumer Protection Regulations, because you're not making it clear to the tenant what it is that they're coming to look at. So if you are going to market a property or show photos of a property with kitchen appliances, and you know that they are not going to be part of that tenancy, just put it in your advert. Whilst the white goods will be there, they are on a gifted basis, although I don't agree with that neither. If you supply them, I think you should maintain them. If you don't want to maintain them, don't supply them.